In today's video, we're exploring the Conrad Osaka, a 1 Michelin Key hotel that's a skyscraper-topping luxury hotel. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. Welcome into the standard size room at the Conrad Osaka. So doing a very quick abridged room tour. This is the king size bed, all of the bar area stuff here with the fancy Nespresso paid bar. But the one really interesting part is going to be the bathroom. So as you can see right off the bat, you have the shower and tub back there and sink, but there's not really any privacy. So if you're traveling with friends or you just want to like close something so that no one sees you. Check this out. Side A and side B. There you go, privacy. One thing you might notice that's missing is the toilet. Initially, I thought it was here, but it's not. This is actually, ooh, I almost left a jacket. Very nice closet, not the toilet. Sometimes the toilet's like along this wall where you just push it in, but it's not. The toilet is actually by the front door right here, which I think is really weird placement because it's usually by the door if it's a suite and this is the guest room or like the guest facilities. That way they keep it separate. But I feel like the room could be designed a little better. And yeah, tiny sink. And we're not even in a weird shaped room, like this is the standard size room. One benefit though is that this main area is super spacious and this is the premium room with a view. But on our second night, we did get an upgrade, so let's go check out the junior suite. Welcome into the junior suite at the Conrad Osaka. Let's take a look around. Right off the bat, this is a corner room, so you can see the corner shape, and it's pretty big. This is a more traditional layout of a room compared to the standard one that we were previously in. Big bed over here. There's additional lounging chairs. Enjoy a coffee and the view of the rivers. Watch some cars passing by as well. If you walk back here, you can also get a unique view from the bathtub if you were sitting here. And there are blinds in case you are the bathtub user and you don't want people looping around. Over here is a giant couch, which is pretty firm. This chair isn't bad, and I did some work. As you can see, our workstation with computer and the dual monitor setup. One nice amenity is the complimentary sake. There's wireless charging stations, cool little desk lamp, plenty of plugs if you do have electronics. Over here is a secret vanity, basically an additional seat, so you can put it up or down. The bed is super plushy and it was a very comfortable sleep. All of the controls are going to be on this tablet here. It is a chunky frame, so not your traditional tablet that you think of, so it doesn't really detach from here, but you can use the remote control panels. One thing that I really appreciate about the Conrads in Japan is that they automatically give you these cute little mascot amenities. So we have Ducky, he has a key inside, and Mr. Bear. It's a little keychain that you can hang on your backpack or purse. Yeah, they even tell you, take us home. Filtered water does come in glass jars and you can ask them for as many as you want. As you can see, the fancy Nespresso station, we may or may not have a coffee problem, but I do appreciate how many coffee pods they give you. Some properties only give you like 3 pods and you have to ask them for more. They give you 9 pods by default. In case you're wondering, this is kind of like a workcation, so I had to get up at 2 a.m. to work in the US time while abroad. Cute little tea set here, and during turndown service, they give you chocolates and also chamomile tea. Teas are by TWG, so some of my favorite. They also fill the ice bucket during turndown service. Down here is a wide variety of cups, plus even more teas. We have Oolong Prestige, Sencha, and Earl Grey. If you have diamond status and you have executive lounge access, then there are even more varieties in the lounge, and I'm sure if you want something specific, they can get it for you. Down here is the paid mini bar, and there's a wide variety of drinks, but again, drinks are complimentary in the lounge. More of the paid wines and snacks. Water kettles on the side. Near the entrance, there's a nice piece of art, and unlike the previous room, there's no toilet here. Come on into the closet. Large walk-in closet here where you can open your suitcases or hang clothes up. The safe is also here along with shoe amenities. On the side is an iron, umbrella, Conrad bag, and ironing board. Step inside the bathroom. So the toilet is on this side, which feels more natural. Double vanity and shower behind me. What's really interesting though is that they do provide hair straighteners, and we've stayed at a lot of luxury hotels and this is my first time seeing one. This is also a pretty good Japanese brand. This is one that incorporates negative ions into your hair so it's less frizzy. On the opposite side is a Dyson hairdryer. I was really confused at first because it comes with different parts and I haven't seen this model in the US before. So this is how it works. Initially, the hairdryer was like this, and I took it out, started pushing the power button, and normally it turns on. So I was really confused why it wasn't working. You have to have the attachment hoods on in order for it to work. It is kind of annoying how you have to take the attachment hood on and off compared to the regular Dyson model, where it's optional.
I like it. I think it gives you a lot more optionality.
But then you can't just like put it back. It's just one extra step and then you have to store them somewhere.
I think it sticks on the back of that. I think it's a skill difference.
This is also one of the largest plugs I've seen. Like, this is massive. All of the bathroom amenities are from Barretto and Mojave Ghost scented. If you need toiletries, they're in this drawer, so toothbrush, loofah, comb, shaving kits, Mandy kits, mouthwash, and shower caps. Coming over here, let's step into the shower. I'm not really a fan. I feel like this could have been designed better. If you stick your hand in and you turn the shower on, you're going to get caught in the water, especially if you're using the overhead. So I got wet a few times just like adjusting the water temperature. And then if you start with this first, then this sprays all the way through the windows and on the bathtub. I feel like the door should go outwards instead. Nice circular tub, it's very deep, and there's even a seat there so you can sit and relax and enjoy views of Osaka. Heading back into the main area, there are 2 doors for the bathroom. All right, and that wraps up the room tour. Let's take a look around the property. One thing I love about the Conrad Osaka is the contemporary design. It's full of abstract references to traditional Japanese crafts, and you can see it right when you walk into the lobby. 1 floor below the lobby, you can enjoy sweeping views of Osaka and a very photogenic spiral staircase. For amenities, the Conrad has a full-service spa, a lap pool with great views, and a fitness center. The gym has a wide range of ellipticals, treadmills, free weights, and weight machines. For dining, Kura is a signature restaurant where you can enjoy teppanyaki and sushi. Sea Grill focuses on wood-grilled seafood. Atmos Dining is an all-day restaurant and where breakfast is served. 40 Sky Bar and Lounge is where you can enjoy afternoon tea or a drink from an award-winning bartender at night. The property also has an executive lounge that you can access if you have Hilton Diamond status or you book an executive level room. We booked a stay using the FHR travel portal and it came with a ton of benefits. The first one is noon check-in when available, which we did receive. Second is room upgrade upon arrival when available. Certain room categories may not be eligible for upgrades. In order to get upgraded to the suite, we did book 1 category right below that. So I booked a premium room and was hoping for an upgrade to a junior suite, which we did receive. However, I did have to ask them for it, so I asked nicely, like, hey, are there any junior suites or suites available? And they said yes. Next up is daily breakfast for 2 people at Atmos Dining. The breakfast excludes room service breakfast, in-room Wi-Fi, and then guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkout. There's some additional special amenities at Conrad Osaka. Typically, if you book through FHR, you don't receive lounge access, but however, at this property, you do. So that is a special amenity specifically for the Conrad Osaka. The second one is $125 US property credit to be used during your stay, and you can use it at 40 Sky Bar and Lounge, Atmos Dining, Sea Grill, Kura, room service, minibar, or at the spa. This cannot be combined with any other discounts. During our first day, we had sushi for lunch, and during our second stay, we had teppan. I heard really good things at 40 Sky Bar and Lounge, but we fell asleep, so we didn't go in time. The bartender here is a world champion, so if you want a cocktail, definitely worth checking out. If you want to learn more about a card that offers access to FHR, I'll leave a link down in the description box below. Or if you're not interested in a card and you just want access to a VIP booking portal, I'll leave a link to that in the description box as well. Definitely make sure the offers are competitive, but using those links really helps us out, so thank you in advance. The Conrad brand is part of Hilton Honors, so if you have free night certificates, that's one way to book, or Hilton points. It really depends on what hotel credits you have and also your cents per point target value. Good morning, it's breakfast time. Since we do have Hilton Diamond status and we also booked this through FHR, breakfast is included in our room rate. The breakfast buffet is actually pretty good. This is the first time I've seen a roast beef carving station at a breakfast that's included in the room rate. The only other place I've seen it is either Vegas or the Regent, so pretty rare to see it. Got some of my favorites, which are an onsen egg, some roast beef, tamago, mushrooms, and there's also a wide range of other things. So there's a fruit and salad section, cold cuts, drinks, hot items. So we have a wide range of veggies, meats, dim sum, and on the other side are some really pretty pastries. In addition to the breakfast buffet, you can also choose one main item, and that ranges from eggs in different styles, the noodle of the day, today happens to be soba, so I decided for that, or a vegetarian option. Let's try the roast beef. The roast beef isn't bad for a breakfast buffet. I think if you add more sauce, it'd be a little more tender and juicy, but aside from that, it's not bad at all. This is an eggplant. Chilled eggplant is pretty good, and let's try the onsen egg. One of the mains are here, and Sebastian ordered the okonomiyaki egg omelet, and it looks pretty fun. So it looks like it's layers of cabbage, some batter, takoyaki sauce, egg on top, and some bonito flakes, plus tempura carrot maybe, and a side of sauce. I didn't realize it before, but my soba noodles came, and it is significantly smaller than Sebastian's omelet, so maybe skip the noodles if you're choosing between the mains. Let's try it though. It is a cold version and it comes in the sauce already. So we have soba noodles, seaweed, and leeks. It's good. She also told me it was whole. This is a hot soba noodle. Let's try some subs. Yeah, I like his a lot better. Skip the noodle of the day and get an egg dish instead. Update on the roast beef situation. Apparently the first batch we got was bad because it was kind of dry. Towards the end of breakfast, we went back and got another round of roast beef. Very juicy, tender, amazing roast beef. So I guess it just depends on the batch you get. If it's on the drier side, probably not as good, but if it's nice, moist, and juicy, then A+. One thing I'm really impressed with is that all of the food is house-made. So they do house make their own tofu. The sesame style tofu is really delicious, and so is like the regular tofu. Very creamy, flavorful. You put some toppings on it, and it's super smooth and flavorful. Another one is the Korean daikon soup. This tastes like something that I would get at a San Francisco restaurant, and they probably charge me $25 to $30 for it. Super clean broth, tastes healthy, great flavors, very impressive. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up here and see you in a bit. The Conrad Osaka is located on the upper levels of Festival Tower West, which stands tall above the cultural and commercial district of Nakanoshima. It's not really a touristy area, and it's about a 15-minute walk to Osaka Station. If you're looking to visit Dotonbori, where the famous Running Man, river, and food streets are, then it's a 20-minute subway ride. It's lunchtime and we are at Kura. Kura is a Japanese restaurant on property. For a lunch set, you can choose from 3 different ones at 3 varying price points. There's not an a la carte menu. The first course, we have a grilled yellowtail and lotus root. Grilled yellowtail is pretty good. It is served chilled. For our next course, it's Spanish mackerel with yuzu sauce. Let's try it out. It's pretty good. It is lightly smoked, and it's like mackerel sashimi. The yuzu helps balance out some of the fishiness. And yeah, mackerel has like a really distinct taste. So you kind of need the sauce on there if you're not a fan. Next up is the first set of sushi, and it's snapper, squid, mackerel, and clam. My favorite from the first set was the clam. The second set of 4 is here. And from left to right, it's tuna, snapper, Japanese fish, egg, and the rolls are tuna rolls. Let's try one of the rolls. Tuna rolls pretty good. Try tuna. I feel like the second set of sushi is a lot better than the first one. Let's try a snapper. Pretty good. The fish in this set is nice, smooth, buttery, and yeah, definitely my favorites. I'm gonna wrap up here and see you in the next course. Next up, we have red miso soup. The miso soup tastes pretty standard. It's finally dessert time. This is a really unique one, and it's Osaka rice with sake leaves and Osaka brewery sake sorbet. You can taste some of the sake in it, but it's pretty good. It goes really well together. And there's some oranges. The sorbet is like a different texture, kind of like fluffy cream, not the typical sorbet that you think of. Definitely an interesting and unique dessert. One benefit of having Hilton Diamond status or booking select rates for a VIP travel portal is that you get executive lounge access. The benefit of executive lounge access is that you get access to afternoon tea and also evening cocktails, and all of this is complimentary. Right now, it's afternoon tea time from 3 to 5 p.m., and there's a wide variety that you can choose from. It is buffet style, so you can go up and grab whatever you like. So there's salad, scones, items on some baguettes, and of course, desserts. This one is a matcha chocolate cake, and we have matcha chocolate barks. For drinks, there's a wide range, so you can choose from local beers, a lot of varieties of local sparkling water, and they all have different tastes and undertones, which is really interesting to sample. And have some sparkling mineral water, and we have some ginger ale. Let's try the cucumber with squid. The squid is salty and the cucumber is refreshing. This one is bread, egg, and an anchovy on top. Definitely a more savory option. Another one is shrimp and mango. All right now it's just mango because the shrimp fell. The mango's good, nice and ripe. Try some of the matcha cake. It's actually matcha mousse, no cake inside. And apparently, Sub really likes the matcha chocolate bark. Show them your matcha chocolate bark. I think that's the highlight of the spread for him. Kind of curious now. Let's try it. It's good. Nice and smooth, not too sweet. For lunch, we decided to get teppanyaki at Kura. If you're looking for a deal, then the lunch pricing is much better than dinner. We ordered a set lunch menu. The first course was sirloin sushi, which was really good and melts in your mouth. Next up is fugu, which is pufferfish in a jelly form. This was really surprising and unexpected, since in the past, pufferfish was really hard to come by. Here, it's just casually on the menu. It tastes like a regular whitefish, and I do like it in this jelly form since it's more fun to eat and not as meaty. The next course was a turnip soup with snow crab. It was nice, light, and creamy. Pretty good. The palate cleanser was an Osaka honey and yuzu sorbet. For the main, we upgraded to the premium Wagyu beef. The chef carefully plated the beef and vegetables in an artistic way, one of the best looking dishes I've seen in a while. For condiments, there were different types of salt and garlic. Beef was perfectly cooked and flavorful. If I had to pick between teppanyaki or sushi, I would happily go for the teppanyaki lunch experience again. Overall, we really enjoyed our stay here and would happily stay at the Conrad Osaka again. The service is amazing, rooms are spacious, food is delicious, and the amenities are great. I can see why it's a popular choice in the points community, especially if you have diamond status, which grants you access to the executive lounge. If you made it this far in the video, leave a city emoji down in the comments below and I'll try to heart and respond. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on the Conrad Osaka and would you stay here? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.